Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and we're going to talk more about the market analysis for the next week, which is 14th of February. And if you remember last week, we discussed about those things, and we said like this area will be very, very crucial for the SPY to cross. And if you see here, it already made the double top pattern as we discussed here. If you remember, we talked about the weekly chart on those one, and we said like, look, this is the weekly one came up, rejections happen again. So there's a second rejections happen. So the sellers at this point of time are very dominant here. And again, there's a news for the Russia invading the Ukraine. So that's also gonna have some impact on the market as well. So this market analysis works if everything goes normal. Otherwise, the news will take over the market analysis, which is very common. So now let's see here on a daily time frame. The market made the double top, broke the breakdown. If you see here, this is like a more of a bear flag. So the chances of this market to come over here, 400, is very much likely. But this area, which is around 433 to 427, is very, very crucial area. In the past, if you see here, it had some like support from around 428 area, and it has been providing support at least last 10 times. So now, in my view, this support is very weakened. So the next support for us will be here, which is 426 and 422. So those area will be like the accumulations area if the bulls wants to take over again. Otherwise, it will be very hard for the bulls to continue the upward for the market. After the 422 is broken, the next target will be here, which is this area, which is 415, and the next target after that will be like 404. Why 404? Because if you see here, I'm just gonna remove those extra stuff, which, okay. So if you see here, the market has rallied from here to, from 471 to the $44 down, which is like about 10%. So it has given breakdown over here. If we start from probably from the top. So over here, so this is like a bull. So I'm guessing we are probably gonna get below the 400, but the 404 to the 400 will be like a very crucial area. If you see, this stochastic is also kind of going on a downside. Let me put it over here. So whenever the stochastic came closer, there was a chance that the market came down. And if you see here as well, the stochastic is turning downside. So there are pretty much chance that it can come to the 43 value for the next week. As for the SPY, if you go on an hourly, let's go on hourly time frame and check it out. How is the price going to react? And if you see, it's already broken down. So if you get the price, probably this area, which is here. So if you get the price closer to the 445, there are chances that you can go short with the small charts, stop loss of 447 with the 1:2 ratios of 1:4. You can make it up to the 434 and 426, depending on the news, which breaks out tomorrow. And there is some meeting going on tomorrow as well. So that will be like a volatile market for the SPY as well. So don't buy here anything. This is like a very crucial area as of now. For the SPY, if it breaks like a 439, you can give the stop loss of 442 with the target of 433. And if it's open up back gap up tomorrow by any mean around like 446, then you can short as well with the target of 448. I don't think that we should go for a long at this point of time, because we are in uncertain market. If you go on the EMA, see, EMA is also kind of going down. If you see, I'm going to hide all the technical analysis here. If you see here, the 20 is kind of moving down, and it's kind of very hard for the price to go above the 20. And on a daily time frame, if you see the EMAs is on, this is 200 EMAs. Yeah, let's see, this is 200. Yeah, that's a 200 EMA. So it's on right on the 200 EMA, and it did break 200 EMA one time, and the next day it just was able to make it up on the 200 EMA. On a weekly time frame, if you see here, and since I would say like 12th June, the price never came close to the 200 EMA. It came close to the like 100 EMA, but never came close to the 200 EMA. And then suddenly on the 20th of January, it came closer to the EMA. So, and then again, it's coming back on 200 EMA. So there are chances that it can break down the 200 EMS. And now if you see on the last week, couple of weeks ago, it took the support on the weekly 50 EMA and now taking rejection from 20 EMA. So there are chances that here, if you see, it's going kind of making like a head and shoulder pattern. And if you see on a head and shoulder pattern on a weekly, the target for those one will be around like 10% further down. So that will be around here. So here it should come around like 380 for a longer period of time. One more thing which you need to kind of remember here is there is some small gap at 400 to 400. So that gap might help is for a shorter term bull market. So that might do some trapping for the bear when price comes over there. And when the price bounce back to that area, which is 422 area, which will act as a resistance in the future, then there will be a bull trap. So there will be like a bear trap over here around 404 to the 400 levels, and 422 will be the bull trap once the price comes to the 400 level. So that's in the future, I would say like it can happen in next 2 months. Okay, so now let's go to the other one, which is QQQ. In the QQQ, it's same story. The price is kind of coming closer to this area. We already discussed about that QQQ as well. Last week also we said like the price can go back to that area, and it did go, right? I'm gonna turn off this EMA here, and if you see here, it's also forming double top patterns, and the price is kind of coming to that area, which is a very crucial area. So don't trade QQQ as of now because it's coming to that area. Let the price settle down for at least one or 2 days. And if this area is broken, which is 338 area is broken given the closing, because like if you see that was like a good resistance earlier. So if that one is broken, you can see the price coming to the 329 area. So I wouldn't trade anything here on the QQQ, but I will short trade on the SPY. After that one, I like to go for the EMET. EMET, if you remember EMET, we already talked about the EMET last week as well. The price, if you see here, is also making some kind of bearish flag on a daily time frame. It gave the broke down. So this area, which is 123, is very crucial area, and it has a result on probably on 16th of February. So the price might come back again to the 145 area. And if you are like wants to do some low-to trade for the EMET, I would say buying a put might help you. And again, this is low-to, this is not a recommendations. Do your DYDD before you buy it, but I would say like put for the EMET might print up to the 112 and 110 areas, because this is the area which it should come over here for the EMET. And if you see here the long, like it has a long trend line as well. It's broken as well. For the long trend line is broken. So EMET, I would keep it for the downtrend, because if you see here, check it out. This is already broken. This area is already broken, coming to this trend line again. So there are chances that if this is broken, it can come to the 110 area for the EMET. After that, let me see, TSM. We talked about the TSM as well, and we discussed that this is like a very crucial area for the TSM. It was not able to give closing above that area 126. So if you get the TSM closer to that area, which is 125 area, then you can keep the stop loss of 129, and there are the chances that it can come back to the 107 area within 2 or 3 weeks. But so if you are a swing trader, buy the put for around like 124, 125, with the day closing of 129.65 will be your like stop loss, and the price should come around the 107 within like 2-3 weeks. And if you wanna compare how much it can go, this is short position, close around here, it will be probably, I would say here, keep the stop loss here. So that will be your 1:3 target. That's for the TSM. We also discussed about the Apple last week, and if you see here for the Apple, we say like this is very crucial area for the Apple, and because it was on a weekly as well, right? It was on a weekly as well. Supplies, there was like a seller, right, present over here. This area was the seller's area, and we said like this will be like 174 area will be very crucial for the Apple to close. Now, again, so if the price makes another run towards that area, which is 175 to 176 area, then there are chances that if this is not broken and if you get the week, long week, I'm not surprised if the price can comes to the like 160 area for the Apple. First target will be this one, which is 168. If this one is broken, your target will be for Apple will be here 162. So Apple, if you see here, it has also made kind of more of a double top pattern. This is the neckline. If this neckline is broken, you can see the 162 and 158 area should come for the Apple. So that's everything for this week. There are a lot of news going around, so we don't know how the market gonna react. But if you see what we discussed about the last week, we also discussed about the TTD that is going on this like a particular line, and it has a result as well coming on the 16. So there are chances that it can make some bull trap and the price can fall back again to the 56 area. But you never know with the news, whatever is going to happen. So that will be like just the presumptions that what's going to happen. But I gave you SPY and the TSM and Apple this week, and the EMET. EMET will be like probably the good one for this week. That's everything for this week. See you next week, and we'll provide some more updates and some technical analysis setup for you so you can trade those one. Thank you so much.